Hello YouTube, it has been a while, 2 years to be exact. Sorry for not uploading stuff or anything like that. Just been kind of crazy 2 years and all that fun stuff. So, finished college for auto body, and I'm gonna give you some updates on my truck, my Monte Carlo, my Mustang will be in later videos, but here's some updates. So, right there, as you can see, is my truck. I'll get to that in a bit. But here is a 92 hood. It's in pretty good condition. All there is just where is it? Just surface rust, like right at the seam here. Very easy to fix. So I'll be doing that this summer. And this is, sorry, there's no light or anything like that, but this is a driver's side fender right in here. So all there is some rust in the lower dog leg. I have the stuff out here because I'll be moving my brother's Dakota in. He's in the Marines and he visited for Christmas break. So for a couple days, so I gotta bring this in. So he made that bumper. It's a pre-runner bumper. It's just bare metal, so that's why it's rusty. It looks pretty nice. We'll have to repaint that and all that. But yeah, here's my truck. You guys haven't seen it for 2 years. Update. The reason why I have the cheap blacked out headlights is because I smoked a deer. Push this fender out. You can see the huge ass gap. Can't bolt any of the bolts down. I do not recommend buying these headlights because they're absolutely cheap and garbage. They stripped out the adjustment. So all I can see is maybe to that shed when I'm driving at night going 60 miles an hour. Yeah, I put 35s on this. Before I had 2 sets of 33s on there. This was my good fender. When I got the truck, it's starting to rust here, starting to rust there. And in that shed over there, I have this lower piece too. I want to get a new bumper as well. So kind of corroded over there, and you can see the holes when I had my brush guard on. Kind of wish I had it when I smoked that deer. But yeah, right before Christmas, I got a bed. I only picked this bed up for $200, and the only rust are these 4 pinholes on this side. A little bit of surface rust right there. And then if you look in here, I got 2 doors. That's just dirt, not rust. But yeah, I have 2 doors. And then right back there is a passenger fender and also new tailgate. So I'll probably drill some holes or whatever so I can put this piece on, because I don't know, it just looks bland without that chrome piece on the back end. So yeah, and then here's the only rust on this side. So, which is surprising because normally in Minnesota, the driver's side, if you can see, my truck's kind of a bad example of it because there's just rust everywhere. This is the passenger side. Don't go into car washes if you have a big truck. That's for sure. This is what'll happen. Didn't realize it till after I left. But yeah, driver's side is typically worse, but on the bed side, it's the passenger side. Yeah, nice hole right there. Don't know if I showed you the exhaust on this, but it's actual exhaust now. My piping is 2 1/4 outer diameter to a 4-inch tip. Yeah, I could start it up here. find my keys. See if it starts up, because I haven't started it up since Christmas. So I'm taking insurance off my truck because, as you can see, I have really no place to put anything until the summer. So I'm using my truck for storage. And if you guys live in Minnesota near St. Cloud, I'll be selling that topper for about 100 bucks. It's just missing the front glass that goes in, you know, right up here. It broke because we were taking it off and it hit the tailgate or end of the bed. So we'll see if this thing starts. If it does, I'll be impressed because it kind of has a bad battery right now. Yeah, I started doing that with the fan when I don't use it as much. This year I have not used it at all, really. I've driven it 3 times this winter. So yeah, my interior is a mess again because my Mustang was in a storage unit, so I have a lot of stuff like that from my Mustang from my storage unit, bringing it to my grandma and grandpa's for the winter. Yeah, my truck has 154,000 miles on it. I've only put 4,000 miles on of 2018, maybe a little bit more than that. So, because early in the year I reached 150, like in February I think it was, when I put new tires on. But yeah, these are the seats. They're aftermarket, and I do have you can see right there, sliding window, but the motor underneath the seat does not work. It has not worked in, well, I know for sure a couple of years before I even bought the truck. But yeah, I have cab corners in the house, rocker panels. I'll be buying that soon. So before I start on anything on the front end, I want to get a new radiator support, because if you guys own a Ford that has salt or just even has a little bit of rust, you know, the bottom of the radiator support, kind of where the bushings are, they rust, which, yeah, yippee. So all I'm gonna do is, there's been a lot of stuff where people have told me to either use PUR 15 or some other stuff. I forget what the brand is. It's like a Napa brand or something, because I'm gonna coat this whole thing, everything underneath the truck, like either undercoat or PUR 15. But yeah, I gotta fix the cab lights. The main one corroded and it snapped the wiring, so none of them work now. So I need to get rewiring. I do kind of want to do the blacked out theme, so I want to get the new one-piece headlights. That looks pretty nice. As you can see, I have individual LEDs in all of them. These ones I got from oh, what is it called? Was it CP Addict or something like that? If you're on an OBS resolution page, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my update for my truck. I wanna get it all on primer this year. That's my goal. If you're asking what lift it has, it doesn't really have a lift. All it is a leveling kit. So it sits up pretty high. I'm about 6 foot, and yeah, it's just about underneath my neck or whatever. So not the highest truck, but it's good where it sits. I kind of want to raise it up 2 more inches because this truck has the what you want to call it, the factory and tow package, so it sits up 2 inches higher than just like the normal trucks or whatever. So in reality it's 4 inches, and then now that's only 2 inches away from this one. Kind of want to level it out. I'll be blunt, it's probably going to be a Pavement Princess. Not really though, because I don't know, as long as it doesn't rust, I don't really care. I can repaint stuff here and there, so I like respraying stuff. But I don't know if I should keep the roll bar or just get like a tonneau cover. And I do like the, on the bed there, those bed covers, those are pretty nice. But yeah, that's the update on my truck. This poor car, I feel bad. So for 2 years almost from ZZP, I've been waiting for a North Star throttle body. I finally got it right when it started to snow in, let's see, late November, early December. That's when I got my throttle body. It's just been sitting back here with all these trees, so honestly I do have to repaint it if I am going to keep this car, because I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I've stuck $4,000 into the motor. I've stuck $2,000 in the paint. I have new rims, so the red, it doesn't go good with the turquoise hood. Kind of unfortunate, but yeah, I bought my uncle's Mustang, 66 Mustang this summer, and so that's my dream car. The reason why I did everything to this car is because I didn't have a Mustang. So it would have been cheaper to just buy a Mustang in general. But yeah, it's a good car. I redid the quarters, which are a pain in the butt, that's for sure. So she needs to be washed. And you can't, when you freshly paint a car, you don't want to wax it or put a cover on it for at least 3 months. And so that's why it looks like this, because it was kind of I didn't want it to, you put the cover on. Like one of my instructors were saying, they repainted what you want to call it. It was a 68 or 69 Corvette. They repainted it. The guy stuck it in a storage unit right away and put a cover on it. Then the springtime, he took that cover off and the whole entire clear came off. So, and I'll do an update video whenever I go to my grandma and grandpa's. I haven't seen my car since November for my Mustang, so I kind of just want to look at it, make sure no mice got into it. So, and I can let you guys know a little bit more on that. Let's see, it's a 66 Mustang. It has all original paint, which looks really nice actually. Here and there nicks. The paint's over 50 years old, and it has the 2 or 3 or 4 inch raise in the hood scoop, just so like the air filter can fit, otherwise it rubs with the bigger K&N air filter. It's a 289 bored out to like a 302. My uncle did everything underneath to take care of the car. The suspension, the thing will take corners flat. It won't, there's hardly any body roll. There's probably some here and there, but it's, as you saw in the last video, it's that, eggshell color, the Wimbledon white. So I love that color. When I repaint it, I'm gonna repaint it once I get a house. So that'll be maybe once I settle down and all that, probably 4 or 5 years, because it's fine now. I do kind of want to get some performance out of it. It's basically a stock motor with what is it? I forget what my dad said that the guy put in it. Flat top pistons, maybe. or something. I'm not sure, but I have to mess around with the jetting of the carburetor. You'll try and accelerate and it'll want to die, and my dad thinks the jetting's a little bit too big, or my uncle put, oh geez, I'm not familiar with carbureted cars that much, because you know I'm a younger guy or whatever. He put an automatic choke in it, and so they're kind of, I guess my dad said that they're kind of wonky. So we'll see how that goes. You have to, like, once you heat it up and start it, you have to wait a couple hours so it, so the heat makes the throttle body or whatever go down, and then you gotta adjust it and do it again, wait for a couple more hours. Sorry if I'm being kind of vague on explaining that, but that's kind of just how I know in my what I see in my head. I don't know, once I do something, then I can explain it a little bit better, but I've only seen it done on an example on my dad's Firebird, which that Firebird is basically done. That red one that's always in some of my videos back in the day, that car looks good. It runs good, has like 580 or 560 foot-pounds of torque and 540 horsepower or something like that. The guy that did my motor in the Mustang did the motor for the Firebird, and he got that thing dynoed. So I think my car maybe makes 350 to the crank. I'm not 100% sure. It gets up and goes, that's for sure. But yeah, there's an update. I'll do another update on what I've been doing in the last couple of years or whatnot, but I'll see you guys next time. I'll be uploading a little bit more often now that I've figured out how to use YouTube, because I had a YouTube capture app and it got outdated 2 years ago, which I assume you just press the little icon on YouTube and it works. So that's why. And I couldn't figure it out for the life of me, because I just watch videos on YouTube for anything and everything car related. So now I gotta move my brother's car in that storage shed, which is a tight fit. That's why I gotta put all that stuff in there, in the bed of his truck. So it's a nice truck, but unfortunately that's not a concrete or cement or anything like that. So even though this truck has low miles, it's starting to rust the dog legs behind the fender flares. I kind of feel bad for my brother. He really likes this truck. So, and again, he's a Marine, fighting and serving our country. So we'll see if this thing starts. If it does this wonky thing, then I'm gonna have to go. So, because when it does it, you have to quickly put it in drive. There we go. Oh, sorry, my fingers were in the way. But yeah, his exhaust is just cut off down there. Sounds pretty nice. He was driving and it was a really cold day and his windshield cracked. But alright, I'm gonna move my truck, or his truck. Yeah, like I said, that topper is for sale. When I got in my accident with the deer, I have a passenger factory headlight for sale for 40 bucks. It's the bezel, all 3 lights for 40 bucks, so not that bad of a deal. I could probably ship it if you're close and if it doesn't cost that much more. But yeah, I'll update you guys later on about like my new toolbox, another hobbies that I have. I have hobbies where I collect Redline Hot Wheels. Kind of like it. I've just gotten into it within a week or two. They're kind of expensive for being little toys, but I'll go into further detail about that. And then my new Snap-on toolbox I got a couple months ago. After college, I started working at a place. I got fired there because I was too green, which they knew I got. Just got out of college, so you know, you're gonna be green, you're gonna be slow, you're gonna be, you know, everything you expect a new guy to be. But got fired there, went back to the grocery store that I worked at where I did the donuts video. What else? Then I went to the Ford dealership in town. Only worked at the body shop for 3 weeks, and then they closed that body shop down, which then I was just detailing cars for the end of 2017 to the beginning of 2018. Then I started working at Freightliner of St. Cloud, in St. Cloud. So I work on semis. I do body work on semis. I put I'll show my truck for example. I put flag holders on the bumpers. Put the headache racks are rough, like what, 6.5 feet tall. You put on the back of a semi. Ramps so you guide the trailer onto the semi. What else do I do? Side box. We'd put a side box in front of the 2 dual tires right here, either a 32 or a 60-inch. Which the 60-inch, then you have to move the gas tank forward. So, and that's just some stuff. We get paid 19 hours to do everything. There's a little bit more stuff. You set parameters, you know, on the computer of the semi. Install a fire extinguisher, triangle kit, inverter, and I'm starting to learn how to do an APU unit on a semi, so that takes a day of a job. But yeah, it's kind of an update. I've been there for almost a year now, since March of 2018. So yeah, I'm hoping to post a little bit more now that I figured how to use this YouTube thing out now, which is nice. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.